Yo, what is up guys, and welcome back to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and it is currently the weekend. Now, the stock markets are closed, but for Bitcoin, as you can see right here, we talked in my last previous video about Bitcoin rejecting from that value area high. Right here, as you can see, we got that perfect rejection, and I was talking that it's possible that we get a move back down to that weekly pivot, as you can see right here in my video from yesterday. And guess where the price is currently heading? So currently it is down almost 1.5%, struggling right here between that POC and value area low, the green line. And basically what I am expecting next is that push once again to our weekly pivot right here at around 100k. Exactly as I said in my previous video, if we do not push above that value area high, and this rejection will probably take us down there, or maybe possible we can possibly bounce from here, from that value area low. If we mark it like this, as you can see, that's our value area low right here. So as I extend that, you can see it better. Currently our candles are bouncing exactly from right here, as you can see. So it's very possible that we hold this level, but in my opinion, firstly we will test once again that weekly pivot, maybe somewhere in between or down exactly to the level as we did right here. But for right now, price is still keeping above this value area low. So as long as we do not lose that level, then it's still very possible that we get a bounce once again and try to test that value area high of around $104,000. And maybe we then flip it as support, and then we get that move to the upside, try to push above that weekly pivot resistance at around 105k. Also, with this move down that's currently happening right here, I want to show you the open interest just went down. So a lot of longs got closed right here or either liquidated. As you can see, those are the liquidations for the margin contracts. So basically the long trades, the people that are longing got liquidated right here, as you can see, at that 102.6 thousand level. So basically exactly right here at that value area low, as you can see, the price here is 102,680. Basically right here there were a lot of long liquidations, that these longs probably they were longing that top of the our current range, basically 104, and they got liquidated once the price got down here. As you can see right here, our open interest went down, our CVD went up, and also there were a lot of liquidations. And since it's currently the weekend, as you can see, everything CVD is flat, also open interest is flat, and the liquidations are also flat. So basically right now the market is slow, nothing is happening. But as I said, that's because it is the weekend. And also, if we look at our liquidation heat map, basically there are a lot of liquidity sitting below it, but also there are more liquidations sitting above at around 105.9, almost 106,000, as you can see right here. And basically, since it is the weekend, as I said in my previous video, I'm expecting some kind of a fake move through the weekend. So basically it is possible that we take both of those liquidations just to wreck these retail traders. So smart money traders, like the big traders with billions and millions dollars of positions. They will basically take the retail traders stop losses. They're right here, as we can see. So I avoid trading during the weekend because of that. And basically the price can do very easily something like this, go below and then push back above. And then once the new week starts, by the way, so we can see we have 1 day and 8 hours until that weekly candle, that new weekly candle prints. So basically in that 1 day a lot can happen. And as I said, I am expecting the price to take out both of those. Let me show again, both of those liquidities stacked right here to the downside. So basically 100k is exactly where our weekly pivot is sitting, as I said, you can see right here. So basically I'm expecting, since we got that rejection, move to around 100k, 101. So basically this level will get taken out, I'm pretty sure, and then we can expect once again that move to the upside to actually take that liquidity that's sitting above that weekly pivot resistance, as you can see right here at around 106. So I'm pretty confident after we get that move, then we can bounce back to around 106, 107 and take out them also. Now if we look Ethereum also, as I said yesterday, perfect rejection from that weekly pivot resistance level right here, and it's currently down almost 6%, so much bigger moves than Bitcoin, but that's normal. And if we draw our volume profile, as you can see, we are currently below that value area low, as you can see right here. And so basically our RSI is getting very oversold, and it's very possible that the price will try to reclaim that value area high and then push back above to that value area high once again and that weekly pivot resistance. Or firstly, maybe the price, since we are below it, maybe we go up, test it once again, and then Ethereum will go back down, as I said in my previous videos, to hit that weekly pivot of around 2,346 US dollars. So basically this is the level I'm targeting for Ethereum for a potential long, which basically will be a very good trade setup. That will be a profit of about 11-12%, as you can see. But basically, as long as price keeps ranging under or above that value area low, then I don't see that strong move of about 5% to hit that weekly pivot. But it all depends on the price of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin gets also that bigger correction to the weekly pivot, then Ethereum will also hit it for sure. Now Solana is currently at that weekly pivot. As I said, it was also here in the previous video, and I said I'm expecting possible pullback to that weekly pivot support, our first support at around $153. So that will be an 8% move for Solana. Our RSI is currently setting up nicely for that possible bounce back for the price. So it's very possible, guys, that if Bitcoin's price goes up next week, Solana will get that perfect bounce from that weekly pivot, and we'll be making gains of about 8%, since when the price bounces from that weekly pivot, it's currently a very big bounce. But for that we also have to cover the Bitcoin dominance. So something very important for the Bitcoin dominance, guys, it's currently almost tested that weekly pivot support perfectly, and currently it's not good since the Bitcoin dominance is pushing up, and that's very bad for altcoins. If the price breaks above that weekly pivot, if the percentage breaks above that weekly pivot for the Bitcoin dominance, basically it will get above, if we go back to the daily time frame, maybe it can test that trend line once again, and if it gets above it, guys, then I will be looking to get out of some of my positions also on spot for the altcoins, since if the Bitcoin dominance keeps once again pushing up, then this will not be good for the altcoins. But as of right now, if you look at the weekly, I'm still pretty confident that it's very possible that Bitcoin dominance falls right here. The RSI momentum is clipping, but then it's, as I said, it's very possible that maybe it does something like this, and the price of the Bitcoin dominance will go lower, maybe to around 60% or even back down to 58%, and then we will have a pretty big move for the altcoins. Then I will be confident if that weekly pivot holds, and also that trend line does not, the price does not reclaim back above that trend line, then I'm pretty confident that we will get an altcoin season pretty soon. That's what everybody's talking about right now. So basically I'm looking for that rejection of right here, or if the Bitcoin dominance goes up to our weekly resistance and also our trend line, then I'm looking for the rejection from here. And basically, if both of these scenarios do not play out, then it will look pretty bad for altcoins. As I said, Ethereum, Solana also, they will struggle. And currently the stock market is closed, so I will not cover it. I just want to show you my opinion if it loads. So basically, the stock market did hit our weekly pivot resistance. As I said in my last video that we were expecting to hit, we did hit it just before the market closed, if we go back to the 1 hour time frame. So basically very crucial resistance, guys. And it's very possible that when market opens, the CME future markets, when they open in about, let me check, in about 1 day, then we will have, it's very possible that they will open with a gap to the downside, maybe back here once again. So it's very possible that this will act as a very strong resistance, and next week will start off bearish, in my opinion. This is the warning signal that I wanted to tell you about. So basically, just be careful and keep your risk management, keep just a proper risk management so you don't lose it all. And basically also for gold, if gold keeps pushing to the upside, then this will also be bad for the cryptocurrencies, as I said. But once the stock markets dump, then this will be very bad for Bitcoin. And even it's possible that if we lose that weekly pivot, then maybe Bitcoin can also test that 98k region, as I said. But it all depends on the stock markets and how they open next week. So we will have some, probably since we're at a very crucial resistance for the stock markets, it's very possible that we will have a lot of volatility in the next week. For crypto, we do not have much important news, so next week will be just based on the price action of the stock market, in my opinion. And also, if we look at our fear and greed, so we are actually clipping to the downside in the back to neutral. So this also gives me a warning sign that maybe we are actually for Bitcoin pretty overextended right here, and then maybe we can finally get a bigger correction, as I said, to our first weekly support at around 98k, or maybe even test back our second weekly support at around 93k, guys. So keep watch out for these levels, as I said, and also be very careful for how the stock market opens next week. As you can see on the daily time frame, very oversold momentum on the RSI indicator. So I will not be surprised, as I said, if we get that pullback to the downside once the stock market opens. Maybe we can get a pullback of about 2.5%, and then or maybe just 1% to our second weekly resistance. Maybe we find support here once again, and then we continue to push up. But as of right now, I'm being cautious, and I wait for next week. As I said, when the market opens, we will have some pretty good data to look for Monday, Tuesday, when the markets are open and the moves are happening. Then we will know better. But until then, I hope you liked the video, subscribe for more, and I'll see you next time. Bye.